Alright, links are out, so we should be good. It's not like I do this every other day. How are we doing, guys? Hey, how's it going? It's me, hi. It's Technico. How you guys doing? I wish I could say I have more of a build-up for you guys today, but I feel like I say that every time. So I'm just gonna read off my notes here. My notes were a lot longer than what I have over there on the side there. So I'm just going to go down the list, really. So obviously the introduction with Shinji's whole interlude was different. It was actually very different in a lot of different places, and like a lot of weird small changes. It feels like when the translators were making the second pass to clear everything up, they decided on changing like some syntax here and there, just like really minor things, like the very first difference was that when Shinji notices Sakura is not home, he calls her like a slug, S-L-U-G, slug, and it's just like a lot of small changes like that. There's not really much like different. Oh, also, listening to the Japanese voice acting, I noticed that whenever Shinji would call himself brother in like relation to Sakura, he used the term aniki, which I don't know Japanese, guys. I really want to make this clear. I don't know Japanese. However, it was my understanding that that aniki is not really like a real familial way of saying brother. It's more like a bro or bruh, you know, like casual, and not really like a real familiar. Like I know there's Anue and Chichue and similar kind of sounding ones that might denote like a familiar relationship, but I don't know enough about that. It was interesting to note, and I would have figured he would have referred to himself as Onisan. Not that really matters. On a more serious note, Shinji considered Sakura more of a servant, lowercase s, and like a failure before anything else when she first got adopted, and ultimately treated her more of as like an annoying pet than anything else. And then once it came out that she was going to be the real successor, he, in his weird little loser way, he demanded quote-unquote ownership of her, thinking of her as sold to the Matos, and her feeling sorry for him is like losing his... her feeling sorry for him over losing his position as the successor, he demanded quote-unquote ownership as compensation, ultimately seeing her as just a doll, which is very like to read. It's bad. She's not a nice person. But ultimately he was more mad at Sakura for regaining her humanity after he had worked so hard to break her than he was at Shirou for helping her regain it in the first place. Which is... God, what a piece of fucking work. But yeah, there were two obvious changes. It was the Shinji interlude, and then when Sakura goes to Shirou's room for the mana recharge. So she shows up to Shirou's room, and Shirou immediately wants to take initiative because he feels weird about making her go all the way to his room for this, and so he wants to, you know, take the initiative. But Sakura says that he must be tired from the patrol, so she re-seizes initiative from him. And I'm gonna be very critical about this. There's really, I don't really. If I was going to do that in detail, I would have tried to find a way to do it live. It was a blowjob into cowgirl. They seem to further imply that not only had Sakura done it before, but she was also really good at it. Also, Shirou continues to be really weird during sex. He compared her stuff to a carnivorous plant. This is a direct quote. A carnivorous plant eating its prey. Shirou enjoyed himself, though. Said the whole thing was so dreamlike he forgot the whole thing happened. It's quite strange. He's worried about intimacy. But that's nothing we didn't already know. But that's really it. There was like a little bit here and there. No, there was a little bit extra added in when Sakura was having her freak out at her mana withdrawal. That's what that was. Where she was having, I guess, a nightmare, and she wakes up and tries to wash her face and can't even make it 5 steps. Where it was more explicit in the other sense, but there's really no going into that. She was just very thirsty. I'm trying to be very diplomatic about my words because I don't know what I can't say because of Twitch. Now, it is also true that I have very few followers on Twitch, and even if I actually did read out the whole thing word for word, nothing would probably come from it because I'm so small I would probably fly by under there. But to be safe, and because I'm uploading this to YouTube later, I have to be careful. But we're done with the notes, so I would like to get started, and I hope you guys would too. Let's go. February 11th, Evansville. Overdose. It's morning. My mind slowly... What the fuck? Hello? It's morning. My mind slowly awakens. I sit up. It's past 8 o'clock. I'm late for school. Well, that's not really true since I'm not going to school, but it makes no difference to the fact that I slept in. Wow, I have to make breakfast. I get up and get changed. I can't avoid looking at the cloth wrapped around my left arm. Alright. I swing my arm as a warm-up exercise. Fine. It rises to my shoulders as I intended. It's getting better, day by day. There's still no sensation, but at this rate... What are you doing, Shirou? Breakfast is already over. What? Illiya's in front of me. I should be in the living room, but I'm in the shed for some reason. Are you listening to me, Shirou? I'm asking what you're doing here. Yeah, I'm listening. Good morning, Illiya. What a weird place to meet me. That was a weird reply on my part. Seems I'm not awake yet. Shirou, you're not feeling well? No, it's... I guess I'm making up awake. Give me a minute. I shake my head. My body's dead tired, but my sleepiness goes away. Alright, answering your question. Don't have any business here. I just made a stupid mistake because I guess I'm still half asleep. I see. So let's go to the living room. I'll prepare your breakfast. You can cook. Illiya happily runs across the yard. The sky's nice. It's bright blue, as if trying to wash away yesterday's gloomy air. I take a deep breath, and the cold, refreshing air fills my lungs. Did Illiya just say she's gonna make breakfast? That's the first thing I say after I'm fully awake. Illiya's breakfast. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also worried at the same time. I'm pretty sure that Illiya has never even held a knife before, let alone cooked. Oh, I should go keep an eye on her. I run across the prickling grass to the living room, and I'm once again astonished. I must have really been out of it. What was I thinking coming here on my bare feet? 4 minutes after Illiya, I get up on the porch after wiping my feet. Oh, shit, no.
Oh, senpai.
I run into Sakura as she comes out of the living room. It was a weird look you were giving me earlier, Sakura. Good morning, Sakura. Sorry about this morning. I guess I overslept, and it was past 8 when I noticed. Maybe she didn't hear me. She's just looking blankly at my face. Sakura? I reach out, afraid that she's sick again. Then...
Good morning, senpai.
Or maybe she isn't, because she greets me with lots of energy. Oh, you're chipper. I guess you're feeling well?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks to you. You gave me energy.
Sakura sounds awkward. Being energetic is a good thing, but I get uneasy seeing her so restless. What's wrong, Sakura? You're acting weird. First of all, what do you mean by me giving you energy?
Well, yesterday. In your...
Sakura trails off, blushing furiously. Nice cartoon sound effect. I remember now. There's no way I can forget about it. Yesterday, I embraced Sakura. No, maybe I should say she embraced me. Blood rushes to my head in an instant. That head. I almost think that there's no blood left below my neck. Sakura, that thing last night. That wasn't a dream, right? Sakura's still blushing, but she shakes her head and looks at me critically. Amazing. I thought my face couldn't get any hotter, but I guess I was wrong. Last night was... My mind labeled the event a dream, and filed it away in the corner of my memory. No! Sakura, sorry about yesterday. Ignoring the blazing heat, I feel, I apologize.
Okay, but I was happy, senpai.
Sakura smiles and gives a lethal reply. She got me. Sakura's so lovely that I want to hug her right there. I'm sure that's what it says. I would have lost it for real if the sound of the TV hadn't come on from the living room end.
Shirou, breakfast is ready.
And if Illiya hadn't called me at exactly the right time. So I'm going to eat breakfast. I'll talk to you later about it. I pivot like a robot and head to the living room. Oh, shit. Didn't read that proper. My limbs move awkwardly as I force down my desires.
Here's your breakfast, Shirou.
Illiya hands me a plate as soon as I enter the living room. On the plate are blackened toast, a runny sunny-side-up egg, and cut tomatoes. Oh, thanks. My head's still dizzy, but I sit down at my usual spot and start biting on the toast. I decline to comment on the toast, but the egg is done pretty well. Maybe she copied someone, or perhaps Josaka taught her. Anyway, I have to give her a perfect score if this is her first time cooking. It's good. I crunch on the toast. Illiya doesn't seem happy or proud. She just simply watches me in satisfaction. I'm not giving into her happy mood, but I decide not to ask why the toast feels like coal. It's good. Having your toast black or hard is a matter of personal preference. It's a problem. You'll get sick if you eat something burned like that. Idiot, the burn spots are the best, whether it's rice or toast. Hey, are you alright, Emi-kun? I'm saying it's good. And I guess doing it rough is alright.
You must really be half asleep. This isn't the time to be saying such carefree things, you know.
Doing it, Robazari. Bro, what are you saying? Just like it looks at the TV. The TV's on, showing the morning news. Oh, this is deja vu. The news seems to be a story I've already seen, and my mind sharpens up. The captions on the screen. An incident of unexplained comas occurred in Shinto last night. The residents lost consciousness overnight. It's being treated just like any other mysterious comas, but it's different from before. The area of the incident is 50 meters in diameter. It used to only happen in one building at a time, but the damage is spread much farther now. And that's not the only problem. At the end of the report, beside the triple-digit number of victims, a new list called Missing People. Tosaka, this is...
Yes, 14 missing people. I'm sure there'll be more once they look into it. Well, it looks like about a tenth of the people were completely swallowed.
My mind freezes. I unconsciously...
Do you get it now? I don't know if this is Zokin or the Shadow's doing, but it makes no difference to the fact that there are more victims now. At this rate, a whole section of the town will be swallowed in a few days.
Squeeze my left arm. Tosaka, are the missing people dead? I asked to confirm. Tosaka looks away, which is answer enough.
That's all. I understand how you feel, but feeling guilty can come later. Look, they're starting to do as they please because they think we can't do anything about it. They can do ridiculous things because they're taking us lightly. So I don't even need to say what we need to do, right?
Tosaka quietly gets up. It's the one place she could be going. Tosaka does not urge me to join her, but goes ahead to the dojo.
So first off, how's your arm doing, Shirou?
Hold on. The nice part about how adding the filter to the stuff is that now you don't get to hear when I move around, like when I drink and stuff. Tosaka cuts right to the chase when I get to the dojo. Well, I can move it fine, but that's not what you're asking me, right?
Right. I'm asking if you understand Archer's arm.
Illiya is watching us silently. I swear Tosaka doesn't know what this arm is. She doesn't know about the fear I felt last night. It'll be over for me if I take this cloth off. She doesn't know my body will be destroyed if I let this arm free, let alone use it. I recall the sensation. Unavoidable death. It felt like being buried alive. Utter obliteration, where the world is covered beneath something mysterious and ends in silence. After just a glimpse of it, my mind repeated it to itself in terror that I cannot use this arm. I'll die if I use it. Without some sort of miracle, I'll definitely die.
How is it? It's been a day since I transplanted my crest, so it should be working now. Answer me. Do you know what you can do with Archer's arm?
Hold on. Tosaka's question's not exactly what I'd been expecting. I thought you wanted to know if I could use it. So you're not asking me if I could suppress the arm, but if I know what his noble phantasm is?
Of course. It'll be terrible if you use Archer's arm, so there's no way I'm going to let you. Or what? Were you thinking about using it?
Oh. Tosaka's really mad. No, but I thought that's where this conversation was going.
What are you talking about? Jeez, let me tell you. I forbid you to use Archer's arm, no matter the situation. Don't even consider using it without my permission. You're taking Archer's place, so it'll trouble me if you die. I take back what I said earlier. She knows. She's a much better mage than I am. She knows more than me about what will happen if I free this arm. So how is it? Do you understand what Archer's noble phantasm is? I don't know what kind of an answer Tosaka is expecting, but... Geez, why don't you just tell her, Shirou? That you knew what it is since his arm has been transplanted. Wait, is that true, Shirou? Well, I think so. Archer's noble phantasm is his projection magic, and it's reproducing weapons, right? I have a vague idea, but I can't be so sure. I'm still having doubt. I guess I didn't need to be so nervous when you've already connected to it. That's helpful in its own way, but why didn't you say anything, Illiya? If Shirou knew about Archer's projection magic, I didn't even need to ask him. You didn't ask. You were the one who wants Shirou to do projection, so it's your role to ask. It's nothing I should butt in on. What's that? Are you going to say we're stopping after all this preparation? That's for you two to decide. You'll certainly win if you can reproduce the gem sword. That's why I gave you a hand, but I only helped you because it's my obligation, not because I agree with your plan. Judging by the conversation, Tosaka wants me to project something. Can I say something? So in short, you have something you want reproduced? Yep. I need you to reproduce something for me. We can't match Saber or that shadow, so we have to create something in the place of servants. A conceptual weapon that exceeds the servants. Conceptual weapon? Is that like the fixed magical item that executes a set phenomenon? Yes, it's an outbreaker that defeats an opponent using the weight of its concept rather than the physical damage. I'm going to have you project a special conceptual weapon that has been passed down through the Tosaka family. The goal is to make something that can match Saber's noble phantasm. You saw Saber's noble phantasm that defeated Berserker, right? In terms of raw power, Saber's weapon is the strongest. I'm sure even the shadow could be destroyed by a blow from her noble phantasm, and we can't dodge or block it if it's used against us. Conversely, we can manage a fight if we make a sword that exceeds Saber's noble phantasm, even if it's an imitation that breaks easily. It's a sound argument and a natural conclusion. If Saber's noble phantasm is the strongest weapon, we just need to prepare something that can outperform it. Make a weapon that's stronger than your enemies. It's the simplest and surest way to win. But I don't know. I can't project such a strong noble phantasm. No, first of all, I've never succeeded at projection magic. Yeah, I'm sure you've never been able to do the kinds of projection magic that we mages are familiar with. But your projection isn't on that level. You were merely doing it wrong because you didn't know how. Now that you have Archer's knowledge, you just need to trace it. With Archer as your example, you will succeed. Tosaka sounds confident. But even so, I have no confidence in myself. Look, I've told you before, but you're a mage that uses projection, not strengthening. You might not be able to make a replica with the same power as the original, but you should get close to it if you follow Archer's theory. Our role is to back you up. We'll prepare the materials and to be as close to the original as possible. Illiya is analyzing the blueprint that you'll be using during projection, and I'm preparing the materials that were used to make the real weapon. It'll be a little longer, but it's up to you after that. If you can reproduce my master's path, even if it's just the shape, we have a chance of victory against Soken. So they're going to prepare the blueprint and the materials, and I'm supposed to put it together? I have no problem if we can defeat Zoken that way. I'll happily go with her plan, but let's assume that I really can't project this weapon. If that's the case, we won't need any materials. If you show me the original, I can copy it. We can try it right now instead of waiting for you to get ready. Are you stupid? If it were that simple, I would have had you try it 2 days ago. Look, you'll be able to project once at most, The projected weapon is certain to have flaws. But that's meaningless. We can't have you make an imitation like the failures in the shed that look the same on the outside but contain nothing on the inside. But I can only make such imitations. That's why we're backing you up. We're preparing materials that are as close to the real thing as possible to compensate for the required knowledge and magical energy. And you have to fix it in place with your image. It's a simple addition. We add your image and the materials we prepared to achieve a better result. Well, I'm sure we don't need the material or the blueprint if you use Archer's arm to protect it, but that's not possible. This is the only way to prepare a weapon without relying on that arm. So we're strengthening what's there using projection, huh? Yeah, that does sound good. It sounds plausible, and we might be able to do it with practice. But I don't know if it'll succeed or not. I wasn't able to consistently use strengthening magic until I became a master. I don't think I could do something like that on the spot. Oh, that's alright. I'm gonna have you train your projected and practice retrieving Archer's knowledge. I see, that's good for me too, but you look happy, Tosaka. No way, I've been playing with building blocks with Illiya for a while, so I'm just thinking about how refreshing it is to talk with a bad student. Oh. Ugh, I get the chills, calling him the weird sensation from yesterday. Tosaka got me naked, came close to me, and stuck her fingers in me. Nothing happened that... Sounds weird when you put it like that. She just... Nothing happened then, but if we're going to do that again today... I might get a big scolding from Sakura resting in her room. So do you get it now? All jokes aside? I wanted to confirm everything one last time. Confirm. I'm asking if you're okay with this plan. We'll be relying on your projection. I won't let you use Archer's arm, but his influence will still poison you as you imitate his magic. Knowing that, are you still okay with this plan? Hey, I have no complaints if we can defeat Zilken, and it's promising if you're the one training me in magic. I'll be honest here. Using Archer's magic means releasing the seal on his arm. In short, I'm telling you to take off that shroud while we're training projection. My mind freezes. Take the shroud off? Release this arm that terrified me, made me cry, and made me shake in the corner just by loosening the cloth? Think about it. I nod. If that's what it takes. I muster all my resolve. I'll go with your plan. I need to take this cloth off, right? And I managed to nod. I see. So it's as I expected. What is it, Tosaka? Is my answer not good enough? No, I just reaffirmed that threatening you is meaningless. I didn't think you'd be okay with taking the shroud off, but your answer is satisfactory. Tosaka looks away, clearly displeased. Hey, you're acting weird, Tosaka. It took me a lot of effort to agree to that. Now it feels like I'm the one at fault here. Yeah, I'm the strange one. Your response was exactly what I wanted, but actually hearing it made me mad. But Shirou, I've already said this, but I won't let you use Archer's arm. That means never taking the shroud off. I'm not one to talk after testing your determination like that, but don't ever say you'll take the shroud off. If you do, there'll be no turning back. Sounds more like a plea than a warning. I grasp my left arm that's covered in the red cloth. I don't want to take this off either, but... Then what about imitating Archer's magic? I won't be able to draw out his magic unless I could take this off, right? Right, so I'm going to have you loosen the shroud a bit. That won't break the seal, and the reaction from the arm should be small, right? Yeah, then what you meant earlier by taking off the cloth is... Yeah, I just meant loosening the cloth a little bit. But that's still a big deal, so I tested your determination. Oh, did I not change the thing? Yeah. The way OBS has that.
Well, not that important right now. Anyway,
You would have to do this eventually anyway. You don't want to keep that on forever, right? You won't be able to manage it in the future unless you can at least put it back on. Like taking a bath if it comes undone somehow.
that's just what I was thinking. Like, or you have to take like a bath with that on if you're treating it like this. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Right? So you should at least get used to what happens when you loosen it.
You know, all that pain and stuff. The crest from yesterday seems to have familiarized it. Oh,
The quest from yesterday seems to have familiarized itself with your body, and your magical resistance seems to have increased. You'll overprotect your consciousness, so I think you'll be able to keep it unbound for about 5 minutes.
Illiya. So you want us to suppress Archer's arm together?
No, I'm only going to protect your mind, so it's your role to endure the flowback from Archer.
Archer's backwash.
You have to retrieve his experience, so you need to bear with it, not block it off.
No. If Illiya cuts the flow off the magical energy from Archer, I won't be able to learn his techniques. Even if it's poison to me, I have to taste it to understand its content. Alright, so I'm to loosen the cloth and bear the flow back from the arm, right?
Yes, make sure to close your eyes and concentrate within yourself. It's just like opening the magic circuit, so it should be easy, right? Your body doesn't need to experience Archer's protection technique. Don't worry about trying to understand it. Sorry, but I'm gonna leave for a bit. I'll leave the rest to you, Illiya. Leave train Shirou while I'm gone.
Sakura suddenly gets up and leaves without a hurry. What's with her?
I don't know, I think she forgot something. But you have things to do yourself, Shirou.
That voice is drifting.
I'm against something stupid like loosening the shroud, but I'll help since you promised her. Let's finish this before she gets back.
Illiya comes behind me and lays her cold hand on my back. Illiya?
Just close your eyes and meditate. I'll protect your mind and loosen the shroud once the magic circuit opens up. I'll time it so you just have to bear the flowback of magical energy. Be sure to make your desperate efforts or the reaction will definitely swallow you.
I nod back and close my eyes. I quietly gather my senses and create another nerve inside me. This step has gotten much easier over the past few days. Once I complete the line of light running through my back,
I'm going to give you a needless warning. Rin only knows the pain of having a heroic spirit's arm transplanted onto you. She doesn't know what this is going to cause. She has no idea what this is going to do to you. But it can't be helped. I am the only one in the world who knows about the relationship between you and Archer.
Really? Illiya says something weird in a voice too vague to hear clearly. Interlude 12:1.
Well,
She leaves the two of them and comes out into the yard.
what's going on, Sakura? Weren't you resting in your room since you were sick?
Sakura Rin coldly regards the girl before her. Mato Sakura looks down uneasily. There are no words between them. Rin mercilessly condemns the outsider Sakura, who's at a loss for words, feeling beholden and inferior.
Sakura, if you're here because you're worried about Emi-kun, go back and I'll pretend I didn't see you.
Sakura trembles a bit. Her older sister is bitter. She corners Sakura even when she knows of her uneasiness.
No, Nissan, I just...
Pushing her resolve, Sakura looks at her ideal, her older sister. Hold on. Yeah, maybe. But
You don't need to explain. I'm telling you to go back to your room. I'm not letting you into the dojo, no matter what you tell me.
Rin cuts off the girl.
Why can't I go in? Do I really need to spell it out? You're our enemy when we're acting as masters. Look, Sakura, even if you and Ryder are staying in this house without fighting, it doesn't change the fact that you're under Zokin's control. There's no way we can train in front of such a person.
Faced with the cold words, Sakura can only stand there. Tosaka Rin is serious. Unlike Shirou, her sister is worrying about when she might fall under Zoken's sway and become their enemy. No. Rin probably assumes they will end up as enemies. She bites her lip. As Rin says, Sakura could fall into Zoken's hands at any time. Her body is getting worse every day and her memory is becoming more vague. Her only respite came when she slept, but now she's begun having nightmares. It'll be no surprise if she goes crazy at any time.
That's right. Walking around when you have no magical energy only bothers us. You don't know when you might collapse. Well, I'm sure you won't collapse right now since you've settled down, but Emi-kun will worry if you push yourself. You'd be more concerned if that happens. That's not what you want, right?
Rin is absolutely right. Sakura drops her gaze further, biting her lip helplessly.
Do you understand? Then get going. I'll get you at noon, so rest until then.
She nods. Rin turns her back to her younger sister, as if to tell her that she's just a nuisance.
Oh, hold on, Isan. What, you still have something to say? Yes, I understand your point. I'll go back to my room. But please tell me, what are you having Senpai do? You know he can't fight anymore, right? But you're seeing him, and what more are you going to make him do?
She stops before leaving. Mato Sakura's appeal is born of desperation, a fury of emotion that the quiet girl has never shown. Though surprised, Rin answers her with the same coldness as before.
I'm teaching him magic. We can't beat Saber, Zoken, or the Black Shadow as we are right now. So I'm going to have Shirou draw magic from Archer's arm. That arm is filled with his experience, and that experience will flow continuously into Shirou if we loosen the shroud, forcing Shirou to level up. What?
As a mage in the Mato, Sakura knows that this is a reckless plan. What her sister intends to do is just torture. It's like pouring hundreds of units of fuel into a container called Emiya Shirou that can only hold 10. Even if 10,000 units are poured, the excess will overflow and the container will only hold 10. But that'll only be painful. Emiya Shirou will gain from less than a tenth of the agony he goes through. And most of all, a person with a normal mind will never be able to endure it. If you set a mud puppet against a tidal wave, the puppet will be washed away. That's what loosening the shroud means.
That's absurd! Senpai's body won't last if you do such a thing. Not only that, Senpai trusts you, Miyu-san. That's why he's accepting your reckless plan. I'm sure he'll take that cloth off in the end if you tell him.
Sakura. Sakura does not look down. She stares straight at her sister. Interesting.
You're right. But Sakura, he would take the shroud off himself even if I don't tell him to. I realized that when I was talking to him earlier. Honestly, in the end, he'll take it off like it's nothing, no matter how strongly I warn him. Miyu-san? Yeah, I know. So I had to suggest a plan that wouldn't make him take it off. If he knows we can manage without having him take the shroud off, he won't do it unless it's a last resort. So my role is to make him create a weapon within set limitations. I'll have him rest after that. I'll even confine him, keeping out of combat until the Holy Grail War is over.
She's telling the truth. Rin Tosaka is showing as much consideration as she can. But that is her mind as Tosaka Rin. As a successor of an old family lineage, Sakura knows the other side of Rin.
Nisan, I understand that you're concerned for Senpai's safety. But that's it. If you find out that you cannot beat Grandfather with the current method, you will end up using him. You're a mage of Tosaka. You will use Senpai as a tool to win, to protect the law of mages.
There are no questions, but statements of fact. The Tosaka heir closes her eyes and...
Yes, if our current method fails, and if Zoken and the Shadow continue their rampage, I'll have Shirou use Archer's arm. It's only natural if his life is the only thing at stake. Oops.
She makes a declaration with her head held high.
That's selfish of you. Senpai never wanted the Holy Grail. He became a master by chance, so it's wrong to force him to keep fighting. It seems you misunderstand, Sakura. Look, I'm not forcing him, even if that's true. Shirou has no right to object. His life was saved because I gave him Archer's arm, but he hasn't tried to cut it off yet. That means his life is mine now. He's my Archer as long as he doesn't get rid of his arm. Do you get it? Shirou is my familiar until this war ends. There's no reason for you to butt in. As long as he wants to fight, I'm going to lend him my powers. And I'm going to borrow his power. She can't say anything. The girl can't say anything back to her sister, who's full of intimidating confidence. Is that all? Then go back to your room. Didn't I tell you you're being just a distraction? Sakura turns around and heads to the dojo. The girl watches as if it's a distant scene. The familiar yard is vast. There's nothing around, and it feels like nothing is within reach. In that artificial solitude. I see. So you're taking Senpai as well, Nissan? The girl murmurs something without emotion. Interlude. No. Interesting. Oh. I don't know when Tosaka got back, but she's right in front of me. What are you doing, Tosaka? Stop. Right? Right there. Lunch. Me and Sakura. Sakura. More. That's strange. Why are they talking secretly in front of me? Tosaka. Illiya. Maybe my throat's bad, but I can't talk in a big voice. Alright. Hey, what are you... I'm sorry. Hey, what are you two talking about? The conference abruptly ends. Oh, it's back now. It seems the loud voice did the trick. What? You said my seasoning is new to you, so you don't like spicy food, Shirou? Your food makes my tongue numb instead of just being spicy. We already decided to have Sakura cook lunch, so let it go already. Shirou said he wants Sakura's stew too. It seems they're talking about lunch. Hey, now's not the time to... I stop halfway into my sentence. I see the clock and find out it's almost noon. Something's nagging at the back of my mind. Nothing's strange. The dojo's the same as always, but I'm getting chills. Tosaka left at 9 o'clock. Information I don't know in my head. Groceries. I respond to the conversation. Something. In my head, the details of every weapon. At least said something concerning. The time of the white arm. Skipping 40 and 26 times, I redisappeared and returned. Hit my forehead with my fingers. It's fine. The dizziness is gone now. Shirou, what's wrong? You're going to the shopping district with Illiya, right? I looked through my memory. I did indeed say we'd go shopping together. Yeah, let's go, Illiya. I take my head and start walking. Hey, you're acting strange. You were fine when we put the shroud back on. Did the fatigue just catch up with you? Uh, uh yeah, a bit confused. But it's alright. There's nothing compared to the pain from yesterday, and my body feels fine. I was a bit dizzy, so there's no problem at all. Just a bit dizzy. I go outside with Illiya. We can't spare the time to go shopping often, so we'll have to push ourselves to buy about 3 days worth of groceries.
Yeah, you can hear that thing. Let's buy a lot. What do you want, Ilya? Well, we have to start with today's lunch. Are we having stew for lunch? You said so earlier. Oh, yeah, it's good if it's decided. Sakura makes white stew, so let's look at the chicken meat. We head for the familiar butcher. Buying 3 days worth of groceries, after all. We can't waste money, so we have to walk around to find cheap, high-quality goods. Hoofing it. Can't go to those big department stores. And after 30 minutes of fast-paced store hopping, we bought a lot, Shirou. Illiya looked bored while we shopped, but she's laughing now with the groceries in hand. I'm sorry, I bought too much. Are those too heavy, Illiya? This bag's light, so let's swap. I hold up the lights of the 7 bags I'm holding. No, it's not heavy, so I'm fine. Should I carry one more bag? You're carrying lots of bags, and you look like grapes. Well, I'm fine too, but grapes? That's kind of a weird comparison. Yeah, you're only a clown with balloons, but grapes are cuter, right? Illiya chatters happily and starts running. Hey, wait, Illiya, it's not heavy, but it is hard to run with these. It's not heavy, but I'm scared of the tofus and eggs breaking. I'm scared, so I sigh and follow after Illiya with quick steps. That's the biggest compromise I can make since I was put in charge of buying groceries. So I follow after Illiya while being careful with what I'm carrying. Illiya must like it. Because she looks really happy. Illiya stops running and starts to walk beside me once we get to the intersection. Die Luft ist kühl und ist dunkel, und regnet der Rhein. Der Gipfel des Berges funkelt im Abendball Sonnenschein. I don't know German, guys. Illiya's singing. It's a familiar melody, is it? I think I heard this song in school when I was a kid. Did you? Japanese high schooler? Die schönste Jungfrau sitzt dort oben wunderbar. Ihr goldenes Geschmeid blitzt. Sie kommt ihr goldenes Haar. I can't see her expression since we're walking side by side. There's no way for me to check what kind of face she's making as she sings, or how she's feeling as she walks back home. Da Schäfer einem kleinen Scheich Griffith is mit Wein Wildheim weg. Der Schutz neigt mit die Filzenreif. Der schaut nach enough in the hall. A familiar melody. Not the way I'm singing it. The temple song is easy and kind, but because of that it sounds lonely. Illiya's probably happy. That's why she's singing as we walk home. But I think of another reason at the same time. It's natural for Illiya to sing. She could only sing by herself on her way home if she had neither friends to talk to nor a father to wait for her. Ich glaube, please stop making me do German. Ich glaube, werden wir schilgen am Endschäfer und Kahn, und das hat mit ihrem Singen die Lorelei getan. On the side of the road, I look at the tall concave mirror. In the mirror is me, holding my groceries, and a girl, singing with her eyes closed. It's nothing. This is like the best look we've gotten at Shirou since, like, he showed up in the prologue. It looks like normal siblings going home after shopping. It looks so natural that it makes me imagine. What if Kiritsugu were between the boy holding the bags and the singing girl? How happy would that be? And there's a series you can look at called, what was it called again? Prisma Illiya. Well, watch it at your own risk. Illiya, recall that to her. Hmm?
What is it, Shirou?
She turns back innocently. That's because she's suppressing her true feelings. Illiya's killing her own emotions. Illiya's kept something bottled up within her ever since Archer disappeared. That's why we can hang out like this. Because Illiya can't smile like this unless she keeps her true self hidden. I'm the same way. I'm postponing something I already know. I'm running away from what I have to say. I just went along with Illiya's lie.
Shirou?
Illiya probably gave up. To stop pressing the problem on us and going along with our end. It's fine. If Illiya likes this relationship and wants to keep ignoring that, I won't lose anyone. But still. Illiya, if you have no place to go back to after the war, there's something wrong with me. I'm about to say something I don't have to. But I have to say it while I still can. I'm gonna go crazy. So... Illiya, do you want to live at my place? I have to ask her before I go crazy. She stops. Illiya answers in an emotionless voice.
You mean that is Kiritsugu's son?
Looking quietly in my face. Kiritsugu's son. What Kiritsugu couldn't do, what Kiritsugu abandoned. I'm Kiritsugu's son, even if not blood related, so I must assume his duties. I have to face this girl, not as Emiya Shirou, but as Emiya Kiritsugu's son. That's what Illiya is asking me. And of course... Yeah, I'm my father's son, and I like you. That's the only reason I want to live with you.
Are you serious? Are you gonna take Kiritsugu's place?
No. I can't be Kiritsugu, and I can't take his place. Kiritsugu and I are two different people. There's nothing I can give you as Kiritsugu. But like my father, I want to do what he couldn't. But I like my father, I want to do what he could. So despite how much you hate him, if you could bring yourself to forgive him, even a little. I want to live with you, Illiya. Can we make up for what we couldn't until now? I'm fine with the way things are right now, so can't we live together? There's no reply. Illiya looks down after shaking her head.
That's not possible. I can't live long, and you can't live long either. So it's not possible to live together.
She refuses me with a bright smile. Can't live long?
You know that already, right? Yeah, one of us might be able to live a bit longer if the other is sacrificed, but I think both of us is impossible. If I'm alive after the war, that means you're dead. See? It's impossible. There's no place for me in your house if you're not there.
Illiya's voice contains conviction. The silver-haired girl describes an ominous fate like a prophet.
But it's a bit vexing. I wish you'd said it a bit sooner. If you had, fate might have taken a different turn.
I don't get what Illiya's saying. I don't get why one of us has to die. Or why she's given up and can say such things with a smile. Don't be stupid. That'll never happen. Even if Zokin's after you, we'll beat him before he can do anything. That's why you're helping Tosaka, right?
Yes, but that's the problem. Don't tell this to Rin, okay? The projection of the gem sword, you can't reproduce the Tosaka heirloom using Rin's method. Because your projection isn't projection magic. Normal projection magic will let us layer a projection onto something that's close to the original and strengthen it. But your projection is different. You can't give something form unless you create it from scratch based on your image. Because your magic is not projection, but putting shape to your mind.
What? How do you know that? How does she know the nature of Archer's magic?
That's why it's impossible. You have to use Archer's arm to make what Rin needs, but you already know what that means. It won't just be a partial loss of memory like earlier. If you use it even once, you won't be yourself anymore. You're just a bit confused because of everything that's happened with you, Sakura, and me. So I'll forget about your offer. You know it too, right? You can't choose all. You can only save one. Illiya turns her back to me and goes up the hill. I can't hear the familiar song anymore, and her words linger in my ears. A crashing sound comes from the kitchen. This is the fourth time this afternoon. I'm sorry. I'm okay. Sakura's voice comes from the kitchen. Shosaka must be tired of scolding her by now because she just sits there quietly. It's before 6. Sakura's making dinner, as she requested. Tosaka and I were kicked out of the kitchen, so we're waiting for dinner with... Oh. The sound of a dropped plate. In just half a day, I've grown used to hearing the sound of Sakura's mistakes. It all started earlier today. Sakura couldn't make her stew after we returned from shopping. When we came home, she was clearly not feeling well. I'm fine. I may have a fever, but I can still make lunch. I'm sure Sakura could have made lunch, but I can't push her when she has a fever. At around 2 o'clock, Tosaka and I managed to persuade her to take a nap. At that time, we promised her. Then, can I cook if my fever goes down? That. And later in the afternoon, Sakura was starting to cook in the kitchen after more training that ended before I knew it. Oh, welcome back, Senpai. Please hold on, dinner will be ready soon. Sakura goes back to work, full of spirit, but I can instantly tell she's just bluffing. You must be tired. Go ahead and rest. Sakura doesn't back down even when I tell her Tosaka and I will do the cooking instead. Jeez, please don't be so overprotective. I'm a master too. This is nothing compared to fighting. Maybe she's being obstinate, as Sakura does not back down. On top of that, she wouldn't even accept any help from Tosaka or me. Tosaka's surprise is so unexpected that I'm stunned. But Nissan is training Senpai, so I can't be the only one doing nothing. I want to be of use, like Nissan. And this is a role I've had for a long time, and I want to keep doing it. Nissan. This must be the one thing Sakura can't give up. It'll only make you uneasy if you can't do something that's been part of your routine for a long time. Alright, I'll leave you in charge of dinner. Tosaka starts to criticize me, but... Okay, I'll do my best, Senpai. There's nothing compared to Sakura's joy. Alright, thanks for waiting. My cheerful voice echoes through the room. Sakura starts putting the dishes onto the table. Oh, seasoned rice. That's a complicated meal you made, Sakura. Yes, you bought some good clams and shrimp, so I went with seafood tonight. The rice is cooked with clams, the shrimps are steamed with minced meat, and the squids are ethnic style. And I made some hamburger steak for Illiya-chan. She's filled with confidence. Everything looks delicious, like she put all of her heart into it. I'm pretty sure the secret ingredient is her high spirits. Hope she didn't use all of it. Wow. The three of us at the table clap. I didn't know how this would turn out, but it seems it'll be worth the wait. Thanks for the meal. I'm not gonna hold back either. Can you pass me a fork, Shirou? Here you are. I'm gonna have some as well. Okay, there's more, so please eat up. I bow and reach out for the steamed shrimp wrap.
It's bite-sized, looking more like steamed dumplings. It looks pretty, with a topping of green onion, ginger, and radish sprout. I was worried about letting Sakura cook for all four of us, but this is more than... I freeze. All three of us make a sour face for an instant. We continue eating as if nothing happened. No. All we can do is continue eating. None of the food on the table is good. It's not that they're terrible, but everything seems to lack something, and the taste is out of balance. An awkward silence. We don't make eye contact, but we're able to continue eating. But it would be impossible to keep deceiving Sakura. She's the one who made it. She'll notice right away once she starts eating. High silence is only devastating, delaying the problem. I look at Sakura. She must have realized it by now. Sakura should be shocked, but she hasn't even taken a bite yet. I keep looking at her. What's going on? Sakura is looking down at her bowl and chopsticks with a troubled face. After a moment of hesitation, she reaches out. The chopsticks fall. She quickly grabs them and reaches out for the bowl. I can't keep watching this. Sakura keeps repeating the same action. She reaches out for the food with clumsy hands, but she drops her chopsticks every time and picks them up in a hurry. It doesn't seem like her fingers are merely numb. It looks clumsy when it seems like she's forgetting how to use the chopsticks every time she picks them up. No. She doesn't see it. Sakura should know how obvious it is to us, but she doesn't notice. As if telling us it's all right, she keeps going through the same motions. She awkwardly picks up the food, quickly brings it to her mouth, puts it in with some difficulty, and then tries to remember how to use the chopsticks again. She's trying so hard that there's no way I can ask her if she's all right. So Sakura doesn't notice. Or rather, she keeps eating as if she doesn't notice. I do the same. We pretend not to notice Sakura's abnormality and finish dinner silently. I decide to clean up afterward. Sakura wanted to, but I stopped her. It doesn't seem like she can handle it, and I don't want her to find out that she can't do something she's so accustomed to. Just go back to your room, warm yourself up, and go to sleep. A lot of us took care of your fever from before, right? Then your fingers will work again if you sleep and rest. I unnaturally stop myself. Sakura bites her lip and looks down. Sakura, it's not like you'll be like that forever. It'll take longer to get better if you push yourself when you're sick. None of this is your fault, so you should rely on us a bit. But that's not true. I'm not sick at all. My fever's gone. I can remember what happened yesterday. I know who you are. There's nothing for you to be worried about, so please don't worry. You'll be fine even if we don't worry about you? Don't be stupid. Don't be silly. I'll be direct if you're going to push yourself. You took 2 hours to make dinner. You dropped a plate 7 times. You served the food all wrong. You screwed up the salt and used too much pepper. It didn't seem like you're cooking. Enthusiasm's fine, but it's counterproductive if you can't get results. Do you get it? You think you're well, but you're still sick. That's the only thing that'd make you mess up. I'm angry, okay? Starting tomorrow, you're barred from the kitchen. I'm not going to let you push yourself until your fever breaks. Without waiting for her reply, I pull her to the guest room. Her steps are heavy, but I ignore them and take her to her room. Kosaka's waiting at the door. It's 10 o'clock. I know it's useless, but it's time to go patrol the town. That was fast. No, that was fast. That's Sakura. I made her go to sleep. I'm sure she was tired. I'm sure
Yeah, I'm sure she was tired. She fell asleep soon after she laid down. I see. Then we'll leave the rest to Illiya and Ryder. We can't see Ryder, but I'm sure she's guarding Sakura from somewhere in this house. I feel like we should probably, like, get eyes on Ryder, just to, you know, visually confirm she's still around and is cool with all of this going down. Ryder's protecting Sakura just like she says. I'm sure she's remaining in spirit form to ease the burden on Sakura, that's also true. She probably won't last a few more days. I recall the priest's words. The crystal in her body will take her magical energy as long as the Holy Grail War continues. It's dangerous to put form to her servant in her condition, and she would save her energy for she should save her energy for emergencies. That's why Ryder's in spirit form. You look gloomy. Do you want to say something? Huh? Something I want to say? Stupid. I just want to say something. Tosaka, can we beat Zoken tonight? We have no more time to waste. Sakura is weakening day by day. If I'm to believe the priest's words, she might die tomorrow. That's impossible. We can't match him right now. I understand your rush, but we have to be patient if we want to save Sakura. We can't help her if we die. We won't fight yet. Okay. I understand that. Then... You want to say there's no point in patrolling? Shirou, is beating Zoken all we want to do? No, right? Then you don't want any innocent people getting involved and dying, right? That's right. I know. The patrol has a meaning. Even if we just run away, if we find them, we have to do everything we can so that there won't be victims like yesterday. But... what did I swear to protect more than that oath? Shirou, are you alright, Miyakun? Oh, I just felt a bit dizzy. I'm sorry, Chosaka. I wasn't thinking. You don't have to apologize. Sakura's in danger, but you must be tired as well. I was actually going to have you acquire projection in 3 days, but you worked hard and succeeded at it today. I understand that you want to fight now. What? I'm able to use projection after just today's training? What, did I say something weird? No, the training was so hard, it took everything. I had to get, I took everything I had to get through it, so it doesn't seem real. Yeah, you were absorbed in it, but you were able to protect the dagger on your last try, thanks to that. Well, your success rate is below 10%, so you need to keep practicing. Well, I guess that's how it was that's how it was if I was that into it. That's probably why it was late afternoon when I noticed. Nothing weird about that at all. When I get into town, I realize something's wrong. Tosaka surely notices as well because she shuts her mouth and concentrates on the surroundings. The scene's the same as always. It's past 10 o'clock and the town is dark and quiet. There's no one out in the streets and there's no sound. It's become familiar since the Holy Grail War started, a quiet nighttime atmosphere. But it's quiet. Tosaka murmurs beside me. Yeah, it's quiet here. Town has been quiet at night these past few days. It's the deepest silence, the deepest sleep. But still, silence tonight is quieter even than that. Hey, was it like that over there yesterday? Not just the houses, but even the street lamps are off. Tosaka's looking down the road that leads to the Ryudo Temple, the opposite direction from Shinto, right into the suburbs. There's no light there, and it looks like a black wall. Let's go. I step into the dark town. Tosaka is silent. There's something we don't even need to think about. This is something we don't even need to think about. We both know what happened. It's contradictory. We know we'll have to admit the truth if we go, but if we start walking, hoping that we'll be proven wrong. What did I feel when I first saw it? A black wall, completely obscuring the other side. The instant I pass it, I understand what happened to this area. It keeps flashing that. What's up with that? The town is too quiet. It's not that the town is asleep. There's nothingness, void of any human presence. It's total stillness, brought on by the death of everything in the area. I get dizzy. There's no change in the town. The area, about 50 households, are standing in the darkness with no change. There's no sign of broken doors. There's no sign of broken windows. And of course, there's no cranes to remove the roof and take everything out of these houses. And at the same time, the presence of the hundreds of people who should live in this area is gone. Emi-kun, let's go in that house. She puts on gloves and goes into a nearby house. She goes by the gate. She opens the front door. She walks through the hallway. She goes up the stairs, looks through the second floor, and confirms that it's empty and goes back outside. The people in the blacked out houses are... Sasaka says they're gone. The town is like always. The buildings haven't been scratched, and there are no corpses. It's so clean that nobody would notice the abnormality even in the morning. Still, the area looks more barren than that time. We look through a few more houses, but it yields the same results. The buildings have no damage, but the people in them are gone. And all that's left are traces of magical energy. Every building, road, and ground, a black afterimage is stuck everywhere. I know that thing caused this disaster. I feel dizzy. I feel like vomiting. Corpses without corpses. Blood without blood. A desolate town engulfed by the shadow. I'm walking in such a place. So why does an unrelated image pop up in my head? But it's not unrelated. It can't be unrelated if it comes to mine. Stop. Remember. Remember. You know this. You know this presence, this smell. It happened back then too. What did you imagine when you saw it for the first time? I don't realize it. It's the same. No, something heavier engulfed this area. No. That time too. Why did you imagine such a thing? I have no positive proof. I have no reason. I have no motive. I have no evidence. Who is this similar to? That can't be. It's impossible. Can't admit it. The more I think, if I become a bad person, I have no proof, so I've made to believe that my intuition is right. Yeah, because the sensation is... Stop. Don't think about stupid things. Too similar to the heavy nightmare from the night when I thought about... Shirou? Why'd you stop? Something wrong? I shook my head and dispelled the dizziness. It seems the traces of the shadow are getting to me. No, I just feel nauseous. Don't worry about me and go on. Really? That's bad. So its lingering presence affects you, even with your increased magical resistance. Well, I guess that's to be expected with the amount of magical energy. You can't engulf the town, I guess, unless that's the case. Oh. It's not like I'm out of energy, I just feel sick, so it didn't take anything from me. Sasaka understands. More importantly, we have to figure out what happened here. So, what happened here? Well, it's eating. Just like all the other incidents. It's just that the scale is much greater. Guessing from the traces, it doesn't go to each house individually. It probably engulfed the area like a tidal wave and melted into the ground. Must have been hungry. They wanted to finish the food in one mouthful. But it seems like it doesn't like inorganic stuff and went past everything that wasn't alive, only digesting what was. If there's any comfort, it's that they disappeared right away. There was no time for it to feel any fear or pain. A bounded field of dissolution. Tosaka explains it's like the battlefield writer set up at the school, but much stronger and instantaneous. The problem is that I couldn't detect the magic even though it's so powerful. If that shadow did this, it means this is not its magic, or just an ordinary action. In short, the dissolution in this area is like tossing around in sleep after that shadow. I see. It's over. The shadow's satisfied with the food and disappeared. There's no way or reason for us to follow it. There's... Hello? Okay. That's a good thing I noticed. I hope that wasn't for too long. Let me go back to the top for that. There's no reason to keep patrolling. The damage has already been done and we can't do anything without a way to sense the shadow. We thought we could save people if we rushed to the scene when the shadow or Zoken was attacking them. But it's meaningless now. Because we have no way to find that shadow, and most of all... I suspected it, but that thing is growing every day. It'll be an unstoppable monster the next time it appears. We have no chance of victory right now. Interlude 12-2. A complete silence. But they're not the only ones enjoying the spectacle. No, that expression is incorrect. The girl and the boy. They're both still willing to fight, so they're not enjoying the spectacle. Only inhuman minds are able to enjoy the spectacle. It is troubling if it does not know moderation. I left it alone for my good, but I may have to eliminate it soon. The old man laughs. Oop. The man and the white skull roam around the desolate town. They're watching the girl and boy. The old man watches his enemies with pleasure. There's no hostility in him. How can he detest people who are not his enemies anymore? For him, they're no different from rocks by the roadside. But it's different for the white skull. For him, an enemy is an enemy, no matter how weak they may be. He will eliminate them if they stand opposed, and he will assassinate them if they're too strong to match. That's his code, a rule he must obey. We can kill them here, he tells his master. The boy and the girl are full of openings. In this land of death, they stand defenseless. It only looks like sick people asking for death. So he believes that he should be compassionate and kill them here. But no, that is too wasteful. Let them live until now, so it'll be uninteresting to kill them here. We let them live until now, so it'll, The old man has no compassion. This thing that wears human form is rotten to the core. How about this scenario, assassin? There is a sacrifice. A piece of meat that is ignored, cursed, and hated by the human world. This meat does not try to hate the world. It tries to not hate the world as long as it has at least one ally on its side. It seems love is precious and strong. This meat cannot hate the world no matter what happens to it. It's instantly trying to suppress its mud, believing that hating equals denying its ally. So anything you do to the meat is ineffective. It accepts everything because it believes it is the one and the only hope. It does not hate the world because it contains hope, and does not let out the curse within it. But what would happen if it was rejected by its only ally? From the start, it had been denied by the world. If it is betrayed by its only hope, there will be no morality to stop it. And you would like the boy to give the final push? Exactly. We should be the one to draw the curtains. It was an unexpected growth, but he made it so long. Then I should give him the pleasure of killing it. The old man laughs. Sight doesn't enjoy or contain in his laughter. The chattering of the teeth is like the white skull shaking in the wind. Oh, already? Okay. Shorter one than I thought.
We return home before midnight. It's because there was nothing we can do, and we can't afford to waste energy patrolling to no end. My feet are heavy. It seems the fatigue of the training is finally hitting my body. My body's like lead, and my eyelids droop even if I let my guard down. I'm yeepy. My mind is just more tired than my body. Every part of me craves sleep, and I want to pass out right there in the hallway. Welcome back. How's the town been? He's in the living room. Don't see Sakura. It's natural. Sakura is. No. Sakura should be sleeping in her room. It's already over. How's Sakura? Nothing happened. She's sleeping in her bed, and it doesn't seem like she woke up. I think she's doing well because she has to spare magical energy from Rider not taking form. I see. Please be careful. It's over if she goes out of control again. You don't have to sing those empty houses if she's acting normally. I'm gonna sleep since I'm tired. What are you gonna do, Illiya? I'll rest as well. Tomorrow's iron making. We might as well fail if we might fail if we don't get some good rest. Illiya leaves with a good night. Then I guess this is it for today. You should rest too, Shirou. I don't know if you can tell, but you're really pale. On the arm. My body feels heavy. I can stay out of the futon in my current state. I can still lay out the futon in my current state, probably because it's a habit. I fall into the futon. Looking up at the ceiling gives me enough composure to make me think. I think with my weary mind. I think about my left arm. The loosened shroud. I was in so much fear and pain last night, but today it's like nothing. I have no memory of anything being painful or scary, and today ended in a flash. The answer's right there, if we seriously think about it. Think about Illiya. She said she can't live with me. She says she wants to, but can't. She says she can't live long. She said it as if it were common knowledge about that black shadow. Think about Sakura. She's losing her freedom with each passing day. It's because the Crestworm is sucking the magical energy from her. It's not Sakura's fault. It's not her fault that her body's like that. All I can do is to give my magical energy to her. She should be able to maintain herself if I keep sharing my blood with her and give her plenty of magical energy. I close my eyes. Illiya said saving everyone is impossible. I can only choose one. I've already made my choice. Senpai, are you back? Senpai, are you back? I hear a voice from the hallway. I'm awake. Come in, Sakura. I raise my body. I want to see Sakura even though my head's not working. Excuse me. I'm sorry, but I came since I heard sounds. I never told you goodnight. Sakura's like always. She reserved, considerate. Doesn't say what she wants, is at a loss, and still she smiles at me. She became so surprisingly beautiful in the past year that I want to embrace her when we're alone, and she's someone I promise to keep protecting. But that's all. I feel well, thanks to you. I can sleep well tonight, so I wanted to tell you there's nothing to worry about. Sakura is like always, but that's just a matter of course. She can't be different. It's not as she's blushing, snuggling up to me like before. Senpai, am I disturbing you? You look really tired and sleepy. Sakura, were you sleeping like I told you? I just ask her what's bothering me. My tired head can't think at all. Yes, I was sound asleep. I had another scary dream, but I was able to bear it since you were there until I fell asleep. A scary dream. I have to ask her what kind of dream it was, but... can't say anything, reaching out for her long hair instead.
Senpai?
Come here, Sakura. I lower my hand to her shoulder and pull her to me.
Senpai, I...
You don't want to? I whisper as I hold her in my arms. Sakura doesn't fight back, but buries her face on my chest.
Yes, I'm very happy.
She relaxes and leans on me. And so I hold Sakura very, very tight. I can't hold myself back. I just wanted to do this with Sakura. I wanted to hold her as many times until I lose consciousness. And I actually do. Sakura's voice does not reach my brain. I can only hear my own breathing. It's Sakura that needs to be satisfied. But I wanted more than her. There's no sense of time. I tried to keep having this nightmare until morning, but the power in my body goes off right away. I fall asleep holding Sakura's hand.
Senpai,
I feel Sakura's warmth on my hand as I fall asleep. And my calm self speaks. The haze clears from my mind. What good did this do? Maybe all you did was finally confirm with certain unease by indulging in Sakura. Interlude 12:3. I'm seeing the scary dream again. Something is walking. Something scary that kills people whenever it walks. I'm watching it from behind. What I want to watch, but I can't look away. This is a nightmare. A nightmare I'm seeing over and over. But to be honest, I feel a sense of intimacy with it. It was scary at first, but I'm getting used to it after a while. Most importantly, that thing does not have an evil mind. That thing is something similar to me that merely eats in a different way. It's the same tonight. Why do they all come? Is it really some sort of scent that attracts men? No matter how many it kills, no matter how many days it continues to kill, the food comes to it. It eats. It smashed up the food when it first started, but it must be getting the hang of it recently. There's no need to smash up the food. It just needs to pull it in and swallow it. It can eat the body and the soul like that. Sing and go. It's in a good mood tonight. It has never shown any emotion, but it seems to be happy tonight. I feel an affinity with it. I'm very happy tonight too, because this is the first time Senpai asked for me for the first time. Yes, there's nothing to be afraid of now. I keep seeing this nightmare, but it's alright. The world looks so beautiful and kind now that Senpai is looking at me. So I feel like continuing this bad dream and going to look for another meal, but... You certainly are working hard. Double the amount tonight. I meet someone that's scarier than the nightmare. It runs. The thing that never felt fear ran away from that person. Oh, I see. Golden hair and red eyes. The person had the same smell as me. The golden servant that... You should die now, girl. You will not be able to die if you become familiar with it. You warned me before to kill myself. Run away. From what? Run away. Who? Run away. Why? My dream doesn't end. The thing panics and flees into the back alley, but that's the end. I was hoping for a poorly made Holy Grail, but I never expected to reach the actual thing. It is a waste, but... I'll do the selection myself. Curse yourself for being too compatible. In an instant, the thing is showered with weapons. Huh? It's strange.
It hurts. That thing's the one that was stabbed, so why am I in pain? That thing's the one that's dead, so why am I on the ground? I'm dreaming, so why? Why is my body cut up? Mom, it hurts. It hurts even though this is a dream, Senpai. Pink squishy stuff is hanging obscenely from my stomach. It hurts. I try moving my hands to put my intestines back in, but my hands are only connected by flaps of skin. Legs. There are legs, but I'm torn off from my waist down. No. When I cry out, it hurts as if lightning hit my back. But I can't jump up because I don't have my limbs. Why am I?
You're still alive? You're clinging to your life too miserably, girl.
He shows no mercy. The golden man snaps his fingers, summons a blade that's bigger than my body, and comes to cut my neck. A bad dream. That was a bad dream. It's like the bad dreams I've had. This isn't happening, and I'll be in Senpai's house when I wake up. So I have to wake up soon, because it hurts. It hurts so much that I could die, so if I don't wake up, I'll really. But I don't wake up. I don't wake up from the dream. Help. Help. It hurts. Help. Help. Quick, wake up or I'll really. But I don't wake up. I don't wake up from the dream. Dream. I can't escape from my dream, Senpai.
And the woman falls. The woman, pierced with numerous noble phantasms, crawls on the ground like a bug.
Huh?
She's still conscious. Her life cannot be saved by any means, but she still frantically tries to move her limbs. You're still alive. You cling to your life far too miserably, girl. A scornful death sentence. The Golden Man, a heroic spirit called Gilgamesh, mercilessly readies the final attack.
I don't want to die. Senpai finally accepted me. I want him to feel more of me.
She must not see anything now. The woman babbles about her mundane wish, reaching out with an arm that's missing from the elbow down, as if to cling to the small happiness she finally obtained.
No, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Because if I die now, my son will.
It is unsightly. Do not trouble me. The guillotine descends. The dream ends. Still covered in blood, the woman's consciousness disappears in the dirty black alley. I thought we were interlude out. By the time he turns around, it is too late. You've already... He's being swallowed, beginning with his feet. There's no way to run. Because... Woof. It takes longer than usual.
It hurts. It doesn't heal because it's not enough.
He starts to walk. Her stomach is growling. The only driving force in her brain is hunger. He will not be satisfied after consuming her rogue spirit with energy worth a few 100,000 souls.
It's not enough. It's not enough at all.
It's as if she's driven by a fever. For the first time, she starts walking to the breeding area of her own will. Now, we're into the out. Alright, guys. Last talk. Woof. Heavy one. Yeah, that's a lot. Alright, well. That's all we have for tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm in a weird mood now. You know what? I'll see you guys later. Remember to take care of yourselves, all right? And I don't know, man. Just go and take care of yourselves, you crazy kids. I'm out.